Hi, this is Hunter. I'm a late diagnosed autistic man, and if you're autistic also, I want to talk to you about self esteem and hopefully help you out a little bit if you're feeling discouraged. I kind of want to introduce myself first, and then I'm going to talk about you, I promise. So let's get to it. As autistic people, we often are down on ourselves, but you should take inventory of your accomplishments and your good traits and realize that you're pretty amazing. Let me give you my resume. Let me show you how it's done. Did you know that I was the youngest member of our nation's military? And shortly after my tour of duty, I had a job as a stunt double for the actor Sal Mineo. And this was cool because it was a springboard toward my later career as a stunt double for Al Pacino and Vinnie Barbarino. I even made the cover of Tiger Beat magazine with this photo. I was the world's youngest boxing referee. I've met with important world leaders, and they say autistic people can't make eye contact. Let me tell you, this dude kept trying to clown around, but I looked him straight in the eye and told him to just quit his job as a Mary Kay makeup consultant. I taught Spider-Man everything he knows. He appreciated it so much he gave me a hug. I tugged on Superman's cape. I pulled the mask off of old Lone Ranger. In fact, I am the Lone Ranger. And I'm so good that I'm also Tonto. I was the world's foremost leisure suit model, and I also modeled Toughskin's breeches. That's me, styling and profiling. Now, I have all kinds of fashion credentials. You remember how Izod has the alligator? Well, I had the Braggin' Dragon from Sears. And I call this my I'm about to go exploring in the woods ensemble. I buy my clothing from only the finest designers. I went to high school during the height of mullet season in the 80s, but never had a mullet. Sometimes it pays to be autistic, to think for yourself, and to stand out from the crowd. I trained for the U.S. Olympic team. In some events, I didn't do too hot, but I excelled in the resting facial expressions competitions, winning gold in both the resting blank face competition and the resting angry face competition. This is my passport photo. They told me not to smile, but I probably went a little overboard. I used to have to walk 5 miles uphill in the snow every day just to get to work. Some days were good. Some days were not. Do you know that I've played sold out concerts? But get this, I managed to sell them out even while playing the world's most out of tune piano. Superman ain't got nothing on me. You know who else ain't got nothing on me? Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Barney, Super Chick. chicken. I got to get a better staff. Turkeys. So I've introduced myself and I've given you my resume. But now here comes my favorite part. I'm going to talk about you. Now, this is something you ain't probably heard before, but Superman ain't got nothing on you, and Wonder Woman ain't got nothing on you. Let me go off script here and tell you why you guys amaze me. Um, you know how there's this stereotype that autistic people are, we're just, we're good at math and science. And you know what? That's true. There are some incredible mathematicians and scientists that are autistic, and they have contributed to our world, and they are incredible people. But you know what? We can do everything because I have found that autistic people are the most creative, the most artistic that I've ever met. You all are incredible. I mean, you are artists, you're painters, sculptors, you are photographers, videographers, video editors, musicians that are, and it never ceases to amaze me. Every week, it seems like I'm finding out that one of you creators out there or one of you commenters out there is a wonderful artist. And I don't even know if you know how wonderful you are. I mean, I've seen creators where they're talking, and in the background, I can see their work, their paintings or their drawings. And it's incredible. And, you know, that's not even your job, but you're good enough at it that it could be your job. So you just amaze me uh, to no end. And autistic people, when they create art, to me, it's more beautiful and moving than art made by other people because you are autistic. And the great thing about all of you, you're wonderful mathematicians, scientists, artists, but you really make an impact that I don't think you realize. When I watch autistic creators, for instance, when I first started watching them, I was bowled over because I felt like I was watching myself. The communication style, the things that you were saying, and the ways you were saying them, and what you were saying, uh, it was like I was watching myself, and I never felt a connection to other people like that before. I never knew there were other people out there like me. So you have really served an amazing purpose. And I guarantee you that if I feel this way, all the other autistic people out there who have watched, commented, feel the same way. Uh, you articulate what I have been trying to put into words all my life. And you commenters do too. And I can relate to everything you say or you write. And that's important because I have felt isolated most of my life. And I guarantee most of you out there have too. So you're pretty amazing. I usually don't put more than 4 words together. I don't talk much. And I don't put myself out there and get in front of people very much. I don't like it. And uh, also, I really don't have any free time. And I usually don't do things in a community or in a group. So why am I doing this? Because that's how important you are to me and how much of an impact you make on me and have made on me. So I want to thank you, but I also want to let you know how important you are. And if you're important to me like that, I know you're important to a lot of other people. So keep up your great work. You know, autistic people, when you talk about your special interests, it's special and it's interesting because you're passionate about it and you're knowledgeable about it. And when you talk about it, you are very interesting. You're fascinating. Now, I don't care what your special interest is. It could be purple vacuum cleaners from the 1950s, or maybe you make snowmen out of dryer lint. But whatever your special interest is, you're not boring. And we need your special interests, and we need people who have these special interests. You contribute to the world, you make the world much more interesting and wonderful and rich. I don't know if I'm really doing a good job here or not, but I just want you to know that you are special. And autistic people have so many good traits, and I'm going to be talking about those in future videos, and because I really want you to know how important you are to me and to other people, and I want you to feel good about yourself because you should. So I want to be talking about that. I want to be talking about my own special interests. One of them is music, and so I hope you'll join me, and I think we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to talk to you again real soon. And I hope you have a wonderful week.